Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Erickson TV. How you doing, Lauren? This is Curtis.
Hey Curtis. Hey everybody.
Lauren, so we're as we tape this episode, the stock market's been quite volatile this summer, and
Yes.
we're now going into fall. So what's interesting is I tend to encourage our clients to avoid even watching the financial news networks.
Right.
But there's a lot of names that show up on these different media outlets that make predictions and
Right.
talk about this is what you should be doing with your money. One of them is a guy named Bill Gross, who for years led PIMCO Investments and the PIMCO Total Return Fund. So he's kind of known as a fixed income fund manager.
Right.
And then he had fallen out a year or so ago with PIMCO, and he left and he went to a company called Janus, and now he runs what's called the Janus Global Unconstrained Bond Fund.
Okay, right.
So we'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, two different things. Bill had a recent article in Business Insider, just actually today as of this taping, and it says Bill Gross is literally laughing at the stock market. And he said that basically the gist of it is he's laughing at people that invested in the stock market because there was nothing else to invest in. Because his bias is toward fixed income.
Right. Yeah.
Fixed income yields are so low.
Right.
And so that was one. And of course he's trying to predict, what's going to happen. So he's preferring that investors should be in very short-term yield securities only, or like cash. That's where he thinks the place you should be investing. And so that's the current article. Then I read the article that he just did before that, and he said, Bill Gross to the Fed, raise rates now. So he wants rates to be raised now no matter what. And so he's kind of coming across as, hey, I'm a low risk investment advisor. And then I took a look at his Janus Global Unconstrained Bond Fund.
Right.
And real quickly here, so since he started the fund back in May of 2014, as of this morning, September 29th, the fund's performance since inception is -2% or -1.56%.
Okay.
And I looked at when I saw unconstrained bond fund, it made me a little nervous.
Yes. You don't want unconstrained and bond really shouldn't be in the same phrase to my way of thinking about investing. But
right. So I took a look at his holdings in the fund, and basically, without going into all the holdings, it's about 25% in. Actually, it's about 36% in U.S. investment grade or U.S. Treasury related holdings, and then everything else is either in like emerging market bonds, U.S. high yield bonds.
Right. In other words, really high risk stuff.
And over 50% of the holdings are in. So the best rating for a bond is AAA, then it goes AA and A. Over 50% is in BBB or less bonds of the portfolio. So it's what I would call closer to junk bonds. On that. So anyway, I just feel like there's a lot of conflict of interest and a lot of inconsistency.
I think I have to laugh a little bit at the demanding that the Fed raise rates, because he's been predicting that they were going to forever and ever and ever. So I guess when your predictions don't work, finally you just demand it.
Yeah.
Hey, do this. I've been predicting it.
Yeah.
I don't think that the Fed really cares much what Bill Gross wants to happen with interest rates. I don't think they care what anybody wants to happen with interest rates.
Right.
We're all pretty irrelevant there. There's nobody. Well, I shouldn't say nobody has ever figured out a way to predict interest rates. What I can say is that so far the best method of predicting interest rates has always been just to predict that they're going to be whatever they are today.
Correct.
And that's not saying that that's a good way to predict it.
Right.
That's saying how badly everybody else's methods of trying to predict interest rates go. So and
to finish this episode, people are equally or worse at predicting the equity markets.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, I think Bill Gross can feel free to laugh at people in stock markets. I laugh at people who think that unconstrained bond funds are a good idea, but. Maybe we'll just keep laughing at each other.
And the last thing about Bill Gross is when he ran PIMCO, they had plenty of equity funds anyway there also.
Yes.
So now that he's a bond-only manager in one fund, I guess, like you said, whatever.
Things change.
So for our clients, don't worry about what Bill Gross says. He's made many mistakes in the past trying to predict the future.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for watching this episode of Erickson TV. We'll see you next time. Bye now.
See you next time.